Hey guys, welcome back to Professional Weekenders YouTube channel. Today we're here in Lakeland, Florida at what is perhaps the most beautiful park in all of Central Florida. That is Bonnet Springs Park. And we're gonna take you around and show you what there is to do here. So make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. All right, y'all, like Louis said, we're here in the good old Bonnet Spring Park. So what I know about this area, it's 168 acres. There's a butterfly garden, there is a botanical garden, there is a peace pagoda, there is a tram that takes around the whole thing, and there's actually a spring here, so we're gonna check out all the things. So hang out with us.
And best part about it is it's completely free.
Yes, free is our favorite word here on this YouTube channel, as y'all know, though we're not opposed to, you know, spending money on the good stuff. But state parks, area parks that are free, we're here for it.
Yeah, we're all about saving a little bit of cash yourselves, and then if you're watching this channel, then you're following along, then we're gonna show you the cool things that you can do for less money and help you save some cash along the way as well.
Yep. So I see the butterfly pavilions. Let's go check that out.
All right. Way down yonder,
Oh my God.
that's the butterfly museum, or the butterfly pavilion. But before we get there, I do see a greenhouse. It looks like it's closed, but we're gonna go peek in the windows and see what they got going on in there. This is the Jack and Tina Harrell family greenhouse. Let's see what the Harrells are growing in here. Ooh. I don't know, I don't really know much about plants, but I do know that one is an aloe plant, which is good for burns and sunburns. That's enough greenhouse. Off to the butterflies. And on the way, they do have these beautiful, whimsical, winding paths. Definitely a great place to come and relax and kind of let your mind wander and get away from some of the stress of the day. I was kind of thinking maybe Bonnet Springs Park is kind of similar to like Central Park in New York, because they say this is like the premier park of Lakeland, Florida.
You are not equating this to Central Park and
Let me finish my sentence here. So I was kind of thinking that Bonnet Springs Park is kind of similar to Central Park in New York, because this is like the premier park of Lakeland. So when you're done with all the hustle and bustle of downtown
Florida.
Lakeland, Florida, and you need a place to escape into nature, you can come here. And that's sarcasm, by the way. And here are the trams. So they do offer some free trams that will get you around the park.
watch out.
For free, an electric vehicle. Are you ready?
Yes, we're gonna see our butterfly friends.
And we're gonna enter here. So this is Zoe's butterfly house. That is perhaps the biggest butterfly. Oh my God, look out, it's coming straight for you. It's the Godzilla butterflies.
No pets allowed. I guess Louis has to sit outside.
Hey now. All right, double doors.
And no touchy.
There's a butterfly. So all across the state of Florida there are, really and all across the globe, because we've been to butterfly exhibits in Key West, we've been to butterfly exhibits in Niagara Falls, been to plenty of them, and they usually do charge like $10, like $40 for admission, so it's cool that this one is completely free. Although I will admit, upon first impressions, there are fewer butterflies in this exhibit than there are some of those pay ones, but there are a few. I see some monarchs, and that's the only type of butterfly I know. I mean, does anybody really know any other type of butterfly? There's the black and yellow one right here. So that is the famous black and yellow butterfly. I have no idea what it's called. I thought that was a monarch, but no, it just looks like a monarch. It's monarch imposter. Ooh. What do you know about butterflies?
They start off as caterpillars, and then they turn into goop inside their cocoon, and then they merge to be a pretty butterfly.
Oh. Science with Christine. I was hoping that you could tell me something about different species of butterflies.
There are a lot of different species of butterflies. Some of them are real small, some of them are real big. Some of them have like patterns on their wings, so that they look more big and aggressive than what they really are. That's all I know.
That answer was so vague, I would swear it came straight from ChatGPT.
Listen, I'm an HR professional, not an entomologist. So,
HR, AI, they're all, you know, letters.
I'm gonna give you some letters.
Here's some healthy looking bananas here. They're still growing, so that's why it's so small, but lots of leaves on that flower. Tiny little tree too. It's only like 4 feet tall. Leaving the butterfly exhibit, what's next?
The other exit. Because I don't know what's next.
Let's go. All right, and so now we're gonna walk through the botanical gardens on our way to the nature center. So for being a free park, they actually got quite a bit of things going on here. I wouldn't say any of it's like world class or great, but for free, you know, you get what you pay for, and this is pretty darn good. It's a good return on investment. And we have a couple flowers in the botanical gardens. Again, I know I'm saying it's free, but botanical gardens to me, I would have thought maybe more flowers and stuff. It's kind of, I see a lot of bushes. But they do have a little pond here, I guess.
Honey, so are bushes not considered plants?
Like, I'm just saying, like, this could be grown in our backyard, right? Like,
These do grow in our backyard.
see?
So
We have a botanical garden in our backyard?
Watch that whole trip. You were gonna go ass over tea kettle right over there. I guess technically we do have a botanical garden in our backyard. But we don't have a swamp in our backyard though.
He's got a swamp creature.
You?
Liberty.
No, Beans.
That's our dog, by the way.
She's not a swamp creature. She kind of is a swamp creature though.
Here is the little swampy pond. I'll tell you, that was about as exciting as it gets. It's the type of riveting content we bring you here on YouTube. Try to keep it light and fun. But on the way, or now we're on our way to the nature center. Let's see what they got over there. And we found a local inhabitant. There's a little baby frog. He's tiny.
Be nice to the buddies. The little buddies.
And another one. They're just hopping all over the path here. Hop, 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 hippity, hoppity, hip. Continuing up the path, we found the fragrance garden, and there are actually quite a few flowers in this part of the park. I would say this is more what I was expecting with like botanical gardens. There's definitely a lot of flowers. Fun fact, did you know that the name Florida comes from the Spanish Florida, which is flowers? And when Ponce de Leon explored Florida, he named it Florida because of the flowers.
We gotta fact check that. I do want some magnolia chips.
I don't know, I want to watch the movie Steel Magnolias.
Do you?
Do I?
I don't. You may. I don't know.
I know. I thought that was a drag racing movie.
It is not.
I guess I'm wrong.
So wrong.
And here we have the famous Rock River. So if you didn't know, this is when the volcano of 1984 erupted here in Lakeland, Florida, and left this lava rock river here in Bonnet Springs State Park.
You're gonna get us canceled for telling lies, for disinformation.
All right, I'll admit that one's not true. What else you say? I don't know. Why is there a river rock here? You gotta, come up with an
To
explanation.
help with erosion, so when their water does come through, you don't lose all your topsoil.
This is logical over here. I'm trying to be like whimsical and fun and like, imaginative.
Since when?
She's all like science.
With Christine.
So there are some beautiful trees here with some amazing picnic spots. You can see the family over there has got some scoped out. A great park if you want to try to get away from the hustle and bustle and you want to come have a picnic. This is honestly one of the best parks I've ever been to because it's so beautiful, so clean, so well laid out. I'm really liking it. And they do have a fitness area with some equipment that is currently being overrun by children because it's right next to one of the coolest looking parks I've ever seen. Look at this thing.
It's an owl.
Yeah. If I was a kid, I'd be all up inside that owl. Actually, if there weren't kids right there, right now, I would be all up inside that owl.
I was gonna say.
All right, we found out this owl has a name. It's Mabel the Mosaic Owl. And it's made of that polywood stuff, so you know it's gonna last forever. I tell you what, that stuff is the best. We're really trying hard to get back patio furniture made out of that stuff. It's pretty pricey, but eventually we'll get there. Yeah. If this video gets 10,000 likes, we can afford some patio furniture. Next up, they got these like spinny swing things. They're like made of rubber bands. These are super cool, really unique. I mean, look at these kids having a blast in there. All right, I've got to go try one of these. I'm gonna have Christine spin me. Hopefully I don't lose my lunch. You want to sit down and spin?
No, I do not, because you'll send me out. You'll put me in an orbit.
We are in, oh, she's spinning fast. Whoa.
You're really not going that fast.
It feels fast. I feel the centrifugal motion. Whoa, it's like the teacups. See, you don't need to buy tickets to Disney World. You just come here. You just get a Christine to spin you when you're a 37-year-old child.
Yep. Literally raising my husband, but that's fine.
It's exhausting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now you get up and run with the camera. Going like this.
All right, do you want me to hold the camera?
I promise we're gonna make it to the nature center. There's so much cool stuff to see along the way. Speaking of neat things, this is the Bonnet Peace Pagoda, which is pretty cool. Definitely kind of giving me like Japan vibes. I've never been to Japan, but it's definitely on the list. Maybe if you guys subscribe long enough, we'll be there eventually. No short-term plans to get there, but maybe within the next year or 2, 3, something like that. I'd love to go take one of those cruises around Japan. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Tokyo Disney is what you meant to say.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it, but apparently I have desire to go to Tokyo Disney. We don't need to go to Tokyo Disney because we have Tokyo right outside of Disney. Does that work?
No.
It's free.
Don't care.
So, getting a sneak preview of some of the other things. You see some crazy looking slides over there, along with this mossy moat full of elephant ears. Oh, we see some snowy egrets. Having some fun picking out bugs. What's that?
That bug right there looks scary. Looks like a spider-scorpion mix. I don't know what that is.
It looks like a spider to me. Ah, it jumped.
I said I'm glad we're whole grown adults here, honey.
You know, when you're looking through the camera and you got it zoomed in like this big, so the whole thing's like this big, and you're not actually watching the bug, you're just watching it through the camera, and then you know that it jumped in your general direction. It's a little unsettling. Almost to the nature center, but along the way, I see some of the most unique style trees I've seen in a while. I love these big branches that kind of swoop along the ground here, and you can see this one here particularly looks like a giant spider. And it's become like quite the climbing tree. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that there's no sign that says you can't climb it. You would think that, you know, there'd be a concern about breaking some of those branches or something, but I guess not. On to the Nature Center. Finally made it to the promised land, the Nature Center Boardwalk. Let's see what's up here. You know, I made such a big to-do about getting to the Nature Center because it's been like an epic quest to get here. And I'm gonna feel really disappointed if it's kind of a letdown. I have no idea what's inside. Or if it's closed, it better not be closed. Been trying to get here for like 10 days. 10 years!
10 years! Someone's very excited.
Let's go. Okay. So there's all kinds of little fun, interesting exhibits. We're gonna learn about the water cycle.
Yeah, so it comes down from the clouds, it rains, goes to the ground, it percolates, eventually becomes evaporation because it's in the water, or in the lakes, I guess. And it comes back all over again.
From school, I don't remember the transpiration, percolation steps. They didn't teach us that part in school, but we did learn about the condensation, precipitation, evaporation.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't know, that's what.
I guess Ohio schools are much different than Texas schools.
We've got some pretty neat stuff about birds. They got spoonbill. You got a spoonbill skull here. Next up we have the woodpecker tongue, which is interesting because look how long the sucker is. It actually goes back and like wraps around their skull and like back into their beaks and out their nose. It's insane. Would make a really off-color joke, but we'll cut that part out. They do have a bunch of butterflies in different various stages of their lifestyle with all the cocoons and everything. Pretty neat. All right, so we learned that bobcats can jump 10 feet, which is down there where Christine's standing. So now we're gonna see how far I can jump. Not that far, not nearly that far. I'm gonna lose my glasses. 6 feet. Not too bad.
Considering you're 6'4".
6'2".
Whatever.
Yeah. I can jump my body length.
Good job.
So now we're leaving the nature center. And there's a little boardwalk by the lake down here, so we're gonna go check out. So this is absolutely gorgeous out here. Yeah, down there. What I'm getting is kind of like major wedding photo vibes. That'd be a great spot to come take some wedding photos. Or maybe some vacation photos. Family reunion photos.
Instagram photos.
Instagram photos. You wanna go for a swim?
No.
Why
Not in that water. Because it breaks all the rules of Florida. You can't see the bottom. I'm gonna karate chop you. And I can't see the bottom. It's not clear. There's probably gators in there. No, thank you. Hard pass.
You heard it here first, guys.
Hard pass.
We must have found one of the springs because there's a little muddy river that apparently is a great place for kids because they're all seeming to really enjoy it, but it goes way up there. Should we go to the spring head?
Okay.
Well, don't sound excited about it.
But how do you know this is not just runoff?
All right, we followed the spring river here for a little ways. It keeps going for quite a ways. We realized it's going to be back on the other side of the park, which we're going to hit on the other side when we come back. But for right now, there is this neat little tree house over here. We're going to go explore that. This rock talks about the history of Bonnet Springs Park. And it says every great city has a great park. Just like I was saying, New York has Central Park, Lakeland has Bonnet Springs Park. The other part of the history of that this rock talks about is that this used to be in like an abandoned rail yard. So that's why they turned it into a park. So they do have happy hours. Surprisingly, you can buy beer here, which is kind of neat if that's your thing. How much you say a bottle of water is?
$2.50.
That's not too bad.
For a Dasani?
Yeah, you go to Disney, it's like $4. So now we're gonna go up the path to the treehouse. All right, let's see what's inside.
Classroom.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of little tables. So we are nearly done here. We just got like 3 more stops left to go. So we're leaving the treehouse. We're gonna go walk along.
4 more stops because we gotta go to the visitor center and get a magnet.
Okay, apparently we need to get magnets. It's not a professional weekenders video unless Christine buys a souvenir.
Clearly.
All right.
Y'all know the rules.
So we're gonna go walk along the river here out to the canopy walk, swing by the Heritage Gardens, and then I think there was one more thing after that. We'll get to it when we get to it, but we're nearly done.
Yeah.
As far as the vlog goes, for us it's like 2 more miles of walking.
It'll be like 5 minutes for you guys, but for us, 9 hours.
Not even 5 minutes. We're conscious of your time. 30 seconds.
All right, y'all. Now we're on the Lagoon Boardwalk.
Battle of the birds. Always getting them.
It says, get out of my nest.
Yeah. I thought bird fighting was illegal. But again, just more beautiful walking paths and plenty of places as you come and just lose yourself in the moment. You own it. You better never let it go.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to do with you at this point.
And we found a little baby turtle.
He's a little nugget.
Little tiny guy.
Oh, there's another one. Pop it up next to it.
Oh yeah. Think you're gonna start fighting like the birds?
No, I think turtles are nicer than birds.
Oh, he's trying real hard to get up on that log.
He's gonna dump his friend in the water. It's like, get off my log.
I will say we are getting quite the wildlife show, because here we have the duck-billed platypus. Is that not what it is?
No.
Then what is it, Smarty Pants?
They're duck-billed chickens, Lewis. I think they're cute.
Yeah.
You little duck-billed chickens.
Here goes another turtle.
That's a big turtle.
Yeah. These guys here can remind me. Stand in the place where you were, now face left. All right, we found a turtle out of the water here, getting some sun on his back. Got to work on his tan.
Don't think that's how that works.
Well, I don't think he's here trying to order a pizza. So next up, this is the canopy walk. So we got to get up there so we can walk amongst the canopies. You know, which in hindsight, I don't know how we didn't know this, because it was Christine's idea, not mine, it was Christine's idea to walk along that path. And I was like, no, let's go down to the start of the boardwalk. She's like, no, we'll walk around this way, we'll catch it like halfway. It's elevated, you can't get up there.
What's it like to be perfect all the time, Lewis?
It's exhausting. What you get to say for yourself?
We listen, had we done what your plan wanted to be, we wouldn't have seen the duck-billed chickens, we wouldn't have seen the giant turtles or the little baby turtles. So I think I win today.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. She's always looking out for the wildlife. So here is the canopy walk. Let's go check it out. Now we are amongst the trees. Now, this is a super unique kind of walking spot. I don't know if I've ever been on something quite like this, but you're like, I don't know, you're a good 30 feet up in the air. 20 feet at least. It's pretty high.
Really can't see nothing up here though, other than the trees.
Oh, well, maybe there's some birds in the trees. Keep your eye out for some woodpeckers, you know, with the really long tongues. This park is so picturesque. I mean, look, you can definitely get some more cool wedding photos here. So pretend like you're taking a wedding photo. See? Instagram. See, I told you that there would be some birds. We found a blue jay. Now we've made it to the Heritage Gardens, which is kind of like an open air orchard. They have some more walking paths. They got some more play areas. I think see there's a big train engine the kids can climb on over there. But that's basically it. So the tram stops here and it happens to be coming up along the path now. We're gonna hop on the tram and take it back over to the visitor center. All right, so we made it on the tram. So these are completely free, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Saves us a little bit of walking, get a little bit of shade. It's a big park.
All right, so we made it to the visitor center.
Let's hop off.
And now for my favorite part, the gift shop.
I don't think I've ever been to a park that has a gift shop before. Who knew that Lakeland, Florida was so fancy?
Been to Central Park, and Central Park has a gift shop.
See, another reason why this is just like Central Park.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
So they do actually have lots of hats and shirts and water bottles and things, and they're actually reasonably priced. The shirts are $18. And upstairs at the Welcome Center, they have a historical museum. It's got some items from the rail yard, as well as a model train that rolls around. Oh, and this neat little map here where you can see where the park is now. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's double layered. Top layer is the park, and the bottom layer is the historic rail yard. Pretty neat to learn some history about the park. Here is a photograph of what it used to look like back then. It's definitely a lot more beautiful now, but it looks like they got lots of use out of it when it was a rail yard. You can see tons of trains and cars and stuff lined up there. This is what the pond looks like when they don't have the little pumps pumping it out and keeping it clear, because it's covered in this moss and algae stuff. And that kid looks like he's having a good time, but I don't think I'd want to be out there canoeing in that. Just asking for a gator to come pop up next to you. Just outside the visitor center here, they actually have this unique art sculpture here. That is actually made with the railroad tracks from the old railroad yard that was here. So now we're leaving the gift shop, and Christine blacked out. She spent a ton of money at the gift shop.
I spent $50.
$50.
$50.
In all fairness, the 18 of that was for my t-shirt. I got a t-shirt. Now we're gonna hop on the tram and take it back around the other half of the park that we didn't see, which is mostly just a lot of like more open fields and kind of thing. I think the most interesting part is what we covered on foot. But we're gonna head back towards the car, and we'll pass by the swing set or the slides on the way there. That's basically it. All right, so we're back on the tram.
Made it.
Yep. We got the back seats.
Yeah.
These were the cool kids on the bus. Facing the wrong way. Bye-bye, Welcome Center.
Bye.
And so here is the family fun field. It looks like you can play your game of soccer there.
And then behind you is a children's center.
And then back there behind that is the slides that we saw earlier. And on this side, we're actually passing the Children's Museum. So we'll have to look this up and see if there's a cost to go in there, but we're not going to do that today. So we're not going to go inside the Children's Museum today, maybe some other day. So let us know in the comments below if we should come back and go to this Children's Museum. There's also another one in Tampa, and I think there's one in St. Pete too. There's quite a few of those around. And here are those funny looking slides cut into the hillside, so that's pretty neat. More playgrounds, lots of playgrounds here. It's like this one, you could pretend to be a meerkat. So what just happened?
Is it my head getting off the tram?
For once, you're too tall.
It never happens. That hurt.
And as we were getting on, I noticed that people in front of us, a bunch of them smacked their heads too. I did not. One of the advantages of being tall is you're aware you're always going to smack your head, so you just don't do it.
I'm unaware. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap up our time here at Bonnet Springs Park. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I had a great time. Definitely a great place to come and hang out for the afternoon. Yeah, so with all that, here is this guy with pro tips.
All right, guys, so here are your pro tips for visiting Bonnet Springs Park. I'd say number one is it is hot out here. This park is huge. You're gonna be doing tons of walking, so make sure that you bring plenty of water. They do have water fountains around the park, but it is not the best tasting. It's that natural Florida water, which if you ever tasted it, you know exactly what I mean. It's not great. So definitely recommend that you bring your own water or purchase some water that they have here. Pro tip number two is this is a huge park with lots of playgrounds, lots of different places to explore, lots of things to do, lots of nature, lots of everything. And it's amazing that it's free, but you can definitely spend all day here for sure. So make sure that you got enough time to explore the whole park. Pro tip number three is the park is pet friendly. However, there are plenty of places that you cannot bring your pets, such as in the buildings and in some of the more intimate attractions. So just be aware of the signs as you walk around, and remember to pick up after your pets. That's gonna do it for us today, guys. Remember to hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it, really help us out. And with that being said, we're out of here, and we'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
You know, it's bright out here.
No.
Are you sure the website doesn't say state park? It just says park.
Okay, that was state park. Go ahead, sorry.
All right. Fun tip.
Whole adult. Right there, y'all. A whole adult.
No short. And that's where you say your part? What you just said?
You're literally comparing this to Central Park and with the rock. I forgot what I said.
Okay.
Sorry.
Good job.
Yeah, okay.
Leaving the butterfly exhibit. What's next?
Is my mic on?
No, yeah, your mic's on. See, from school though, I don't remember the transportation percolation.
Transpiration.
Okay, see, from school, I don't remember the transpiration percolation. All right. From school, I don't remember the transpiration percolation. As from school. From school, I don't remember. So from here, the tram stops here.
I only caught part of what you said, so I'm not sure how. I don't want to make up the rest of it. So we're gonna pretend like I didn't hear that, and you're just gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
Okay.